Hello friends. Let's have a look on how to create a dynamic filter using conditional formatting. So what we have here is a big data set of several hundred records with different countries. The requirement over here is that we want to select a particular country and filter the data set based on the selection. So let's look into how we can achieve this. Step number one is select a field that you want to create your validation. Select data validation from the data tab. Click on data validation. In the data validation window, select the settings tab and select list. Now the source for this particular cell should be selected. So let's click on this icon and go to the second sheet, which will have the list of all the countries as per the column. Click on enter. You can see the list of countries has been populated as a source. Click on OK. So just to confirm, we see a drop down option over here, and if you click on that, we will see all the countries that were supplied from the source list. Now there comes the second step. The second step involves just select any record from the data set and click on filter. So what this essentially will do, you will get a filter of based on the records, right? But if you notice, let's say if I select China, there is no updation on my data set. To wire this up, there is an option. So to achieve that, we go to the step 3. We have to select the column where we are applying the filter, which is country in our case. Click on shift, select the first cell, click on shift, control and drop. That's it. Now once this list is selected, go to the home tab and apply conditional formatting. Now our conditional formatting will be based on the cell rules. So based on the rules where we highlight the cell. So if the cell value is equal to any of this country, we want to highlight those cells. So let's select highlight cells rules equal to, and on this option we'll just scroll up and select when the, if you notice here, when the value is equal to China, you want to highlight the values in China that belong to China. Okay, but this looks very odd and we don't want to apply this filtering. So what we'll do is we'll do custom formatting and make it white or whatever formatting that we apply, so that essentially we won't notice any change in the data. So once this is done, let's see how it impacts. Let's say if I click on Russia and if I click on this and filter by color, I can see all the records which belongs to Russia. Now just for the sake of demo, we will select one more country, let's say Brazil, and it is not getting updated. The reason behind this is anytime whenever there is a change in the cell and the active sheet is getting updated, the filter needs to be applied, and that can be done manually if you go to data tab and click on reapply. So as we notice, the filter got applied and the dataset has changed to reflect only records which belongs to Brazil. But this is a tedious process. We don't want to select a country here and go back again to click on reapply to see our changes. To automate this process, what we can do is we can add a macro. So let's go to Visual Basic and let's say in my project I will click on right click it and insert a module. Now let's say I'm doing sub apply country filter, okay, and I'm doing active sheet dot auto filter dot sorry auto filter dot apply filter. Okay, so once this is done, it essentially creates a sub module which it essentially creates a method basically to select the active sheet and apply the auto filter event. Okay, for our sake of understanding. Now let's say I double click on sheet 1 and I get worksheet and I select the event which is change. So there are two events. Let's remove this one. We are only bothered about worksheet change event, and we want to call the module method which is apply country filter. Call apply country filter. Okay, now let's click on save and okay, let's save this to my desktop. Let's create a new filter, a new folder, Excel, and let's say I want to create this as okay, let's dynamic filter and custom formatting demo. Oh, sorry. Just to remember, you have to save it as Excel macro enabled workbook since we have a macro inside this. Save it. Now close this and let's see whether our changes are working. Let's say I select Philippines. Wow, it works. So this is how we can create a dynamic filter and achieve this dynamic filter kind of a functionality in Excel without any trouble. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, please like it and subscribe for more Excel tips. Thanks a lot.